All right. I have been so darn busy and that I really don't have time to write a blog post as much as I want to. So instead, I'm going to just kind of do a video explaining some of the things that have happened. So a couple of things. I want to mention that I have learned about Germany. Living in Germany is you have these windows. Okay, I'll go over here. So I've never seen this before, but you have a window that closes. Okay, so down there it's closed, right? So you can open it, and then it like swings. You can see that, so it swings wide open. Okay, but what started happening to me is that they all start slamming shut all the time. So I was like, well, what in the world? How do you keep it open? I was told then that you only open it like this when you want to wash the window. Okay, so if you don't want to wash the window, then what you do is you take that thing and you go up, and then presto, it pops down. Can you see that? Yeah, I think you can see that. So now there's air coming through up here. And I was told you do that for, I don't know, mosquitoes, or that's just how they do it in Germany. So that's one thing I learned. Another thing that I learned that's super important are the keys, which they gave me 1,000 keys for this apartment. But what I learned about the keys here is that most of the doorknobs, you see that doorknob, it does not turn. There's no turning of a doorknob. It's just a thing, so you can't twist it. So if you were to do a closing of the door without your keys, you're screwed, because it locks no matter what, okay? And actually this happened to me, so I learned the hard way. I mean, I knew it. I knew this was a thing, but one day I walked out of my apartment with the wrong keys, and so I couldn't get back in. Thankfully, my upstairs roommate, Stefan, had showed me where there's an extra key to get into the house. So I lucked out. Apparently, there was a couple that came in a couple of days ago, maybe yesterday. I think maybe it was yesterday. And they were in Munich, I think, and their landlord lived in Munich. So they were in Starnberg. They locked themselves out of their apartment. They could not reach the landlord. And so I don't know for how long they were stuck out of there. Maybe overnight, I think. I think they had to figure out someplace to stay for the night because they couldn't get into their apartment. So I got kind of lucky. And then there was one more thing. Oh, the other thing that I learned at the grocery store is that, and I know this is true in a lot of countries, but I didn't really realize it was going to be true in Germany too. When you get eggs at the store, they're just sitting out on a shelf. Okay, they're not in the fridge. Which again, I know that's a lot of countries do that, but then I was kind of surprised to see that there's this little gizmo, which I think is for eggs. Okay, in the fridge. So you don't buy them refrigerated, but you store them in the fridge. I guess that's the thing. So I'm not sure. Okay, so it's been a super busy few days. And yes, I've been out of the apartment. I know all my videos are from basically in the apartment, but I've been just crazy busy, including getting together with a bunch of new teachers. I went out to lunch with a young couple from Kansas City, I guess, and then they were living in Albania for a couple years. So I've been meeting a bunch of people, and one very exciting thing that happened today is, voila, I bought a couch. Okay, so now I have a couch. And we had to haul this couch from another part of town over here. So wasn't that hard, but we had to pay a guy 20 euros to haul it for us. But now my room, as you can see, is no longer completely empty. It's at least got something in it. So I intend to definitely sit on that couch at some point today. I got this guy. You can see this thing. So I got this, and I got these two things, these fun masks. Hopefully that doesn't freak me out too much at night. I got those and some old speakers and a Stein from some place and a Hofbrau Stein. I got all this. My upstairs roommate Stefan and his girlfriend, I can't remember her name, had like a garage sale flea market thing today. So I got a bunch of random, they gave me all this stuff. It's like a coffee tea set thing and it's all matching. So that's going to be cool. Some glasses, a bunch of things, just random things to stick on my walls. It was all cheap. So it's like, well, I need something to put on the walls. So why not get all this crap that looks like it was something my grandparents would have had on their walls, but at least I got something. So it'll do for now. And the other exciting thing I got today, sorry, I make people probably sick, and I'll show this to you later, but I got a bike. So I went to, and it's raining outside right now, I'm gonna go where it's not so echoey. I went to, there's a German version of eBay, so I used this site that a guy at a bike shop recommended to me because I was I want to buy a new bike, a nice bike, but I also want to buy just a bike to kick around town. And for guests, when people come to visit, I'll have a second bike. They told me just to go on eBay, this German eBay. So I did that, and there were a bunch of bikes for sale. So guy responded back to me from like the next town up. Went there on the train this morning. He drove me from the train station to his house, and then the bike looked good. Paid just a little over €100 for it, and then I biked back home, and the bike ride was amazing. I got to go, it was mostly trail and really small roads that went through farms and forests, and went through a little town with a beer garden, so of course I had to stop and get a beer. These days just fly by. It's hard to believe. You wake up and all of a sudden it feels like it's 4 o'clock and it doesn't feel like you've done much. But every little thing is a big accomplishment. So getting my bike today was huge, and getting a couch was huge, and then getting all these odds and ends is going to be a help. And of course, meeting teachers is really awesome. You know, that's kind of the most important thing. So that was cool. They're very nice. And I met another gal who's the junior high school librarian. She's coming in new. And she seemed really cool. She's coming from South Korea, but she's a Texan originally, I believe. I think she's going to be a cool person to hang out with. And she just came in this morning, so she's back at her hotel resting now. And Karen wants me to take some other person out for dinner tonight, another teacher who's coming in. So I said, sure, I'll take her out to dinner. So that might be happening tonight. We'll see. But I still have a lot of junk that needs to get put away, and I have no Wi-Fi in my house, and what else? So I don't know, when I get back to the apartment, it's kind of hard to do much other than chill and organize, and I'm tired and then I fall asleep. So I guess that's it for now. If you've stayed with this video till the end, thanks. I know this was a long one, but that's it.